President Biden's warnings on climate change are blunt.
We're blinking code red as a nation.
In recent months, the U.S. has experienced devastating natural disasters, wildfires in the West, flooding in the Northeast, a deadly heat wave in the Pacific Northwest, and fierce hurricanes in the South. Weather events like these becoming more frequent.
We have to make the investments that are going to slow our contributions to climate change today, not tomorrow.
President Biden sits down with world leaders next week in Glasgow, Scotland for the COP26 Climate Summit. The stakes are high. Experts and activists calling this a critical moment in the global effort to address climate change.
They need to show they've understood the science, listened to their people, and go much further than they've been stating thus far.
The goal of Glasgow is to build on the 2015 Paris Agreement, a groundbreaking commitment on climate change signed by nearly 200 countries. World leaders pledged to reduce greenhouse gas emissions to limit the warming of the planet to well below 2 degrees Celsius. But experts say the commitments are inadequate.
It's been estimated that, very few countries, just a handful, had large enough, ambitious enough pledges to begin with.
A recent analysis by the United Nations found that even if nations meet their current promises, the planet will still be on pace to see an average temperature increase of 2.7 degrees Celsius by the end of this century.
Climate crisis is pummeling the planet.
World leaders gather in Glasgow with a goal of setting new targets for cutting emissions to limit warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius and recommitting to help developing nations tackle climate change.
Responsibility rests with each and every country, and we must all play our part.
Mr. Biden has pledged to cut U.S. emissions by half by 2030, but he's seeing his ambitious climate proposals scaled back or cut during negotiations among his fellow Democrats in Congress. Climate activists say the Glasgow summit needs to produce significant actions and not just rhetoric from world leaders.
Our hopes and dreams drown in their empty words and promises.
Karen Travers, ABC News, traveling with the president in Rome.